Hello, hello, my lovelies. How are you guys? I hope you guys are good. Hope you're having a good day or night, depending on where you are. So let me say hi to everybody. Hey, Dr. Mama, Mama Daz, Mark, Mama T, J Dub, Billy, darling, Andrew, Dominic, Silence. What's up, everybody? How are you guys? Hope you guys are all good. So there's been a lot in the. I know I missed you guys. I missed my Kiely group. So there's been a lot going on in the news with the Delphi case, okay, and the links to Odism and the Asatru religion and all of that. Now we covered that in Kylie's case. Hey Dana, hey Aaron, go blah. So I want to go over some of that, okay, some of those, and then we'll talk about it. Hey Mary Thomas, thank you. Blessings to you and everybody else that's in chat. Hey, Jade Hunter. Okay. Now, could this be the link to both of these cases? Now, this fell into Kylie's case. It also came into Trinity Backus's case. And now we're seeing it in the Delphi case and possibly even tied to the Idaho 4 case. Like, how bizarre is that? Truly. Hey, Harsh One. Everybody, do me a favor and hit that thumbs up on your way in. Hey, JD. Okay, so let me pull this up first. Well, I'll give it a second. So yeah, because I think that a lot of people had forgotten, about certain things that came out during this case. Trinity was from California, or I'm sorry, it was Nevada. Pretty sure. Okay, but we'll get right into it. Hey, everybody, how are you? I hope you guys are good. Do research on your own, okay? Research it yourself. All right, so check this out. Let me pull this up. All right, as we know, let me just tell, as we know, Lindsay is involved in some dark stuff, and we kept trying to figure out what's the community. There's a big thing here with community, and we've thought about different cults and different this, but after seeing everything that I saw today, I really believe that this is what it is. I think this is what Lindsay is into. This is what her family is into. And I found a connection between them and Sunshine Fowler, okay, who is Francis Fowler's mother. He's the boyfriend of Trinity. All right. So this is crazy, you guys. All right. Oh. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna walk you guys through this. So please stick with me. I'm gonna ask everybody, please hit that thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. And if you want to become a member, just hit that join button and you can become a member of the CNY family. Okay. So let's jump right into this. Satru. That probably sounds better. It's probably a Satru. So if I said that wrong, I'm sorry. Okay. But a Satru is a pagan guide, or it's a pagan religion. Okay. Everything you need to know to start practicing Asatru and discovering the magic of Norse paganism, Viking mythology, and the Poetic Edda. Are you curious about Asatru but don't know where to begin? Or maybe you want to learn about the myths and legends surrounding our northern gods. Either way, by the time you finish this book, you will be well on your way to embracing the Viking spirit and all it has to offer. Okay, now I will go into a little bit about what the Asatru is, and then you guys can obviously go. I'll put links to these down in the description below, and you guys can go check them out for yourself. But okay, so it's the religion of pre-Christian Northern Europe tribes, ancestors of modern Scandinavians and other Germanic peoples who practiced it before the introduction of Christianity to Europe. Asatru is based on Norse paganism and mythology. It embraces a complex heathen worldview that includes the belief in several deities, concepts about death and the afterlife, and understanding of cosmology and magic and runic beliefs. Okay, but just think about this. For every religion, every group, everything always has a good side and a bad side. There's a negative to every positive. So keep that in mind, because the Asatru have had real shady backstory. Okay. So hold on. Let me show you guys. Have it in the Tahoe National Forest. Okay. It is for the Asatru religion. And all right. Stella Natura is the light of ancestral fires. They have it in the Tahoe National Forest. Okay. It is for the Asatru religion and the Asatru community. That's who attends this. That's who this celebration is for. Autumn equinox. So I'm going to show you some pictures. Okay. This article, the guy who attended, what it is a 3-day music festival. Okay. And they have different things that go on there. People sell things. It's a music festival, basically. But it's for the Asatru community, the Asatru folk assembly. Okay. Okay, so it's the bands as well as the audience were primarily of the pagan inclination. The Asatru Folk Assembly was involved in supporting the festival and had a table in the merch area. Like many belief systems, Asatru definitely sounds good on paper, and if I were a joiner or searching for spirituality, I'd definitely be interested in exploring Asatru. On the other hand, I can definitely see the belief system being used to rationalize exclusion or even racism, which makes it the same as any other religious system, I guess. Okay, so this is some of what goes on at the festival. They had a ton of bands there. They have a ton of bands there. But notice the antlers. Notice the... Now I want to pause that, because how many times in Kiely's case did we see, if you remember, the altar that the girls were standing around when they were holding those Goddess of Light cards? Do you remember that? They were around a thing just like that. They had the antlers there. It had all the... Okay, Aaron, I'll check that out. But yeah. I mean, it's now, I'm not saying that everybody who studies this religion or practices these beliefs is bad. I'm not saying that. You take the good with the bad. There's good and bad in every religion, okay? It's just what you do with it. A blanket blankets. Just notice some of these things, okay? There is a lot of symbolism in Kiely's case. There's different videos on this. You can actually go on YouTube. They have some videos of the music festival and all of that.
Hey,
so these
Allie.
are all the different bands that played. Just going to scroll down so you guys can see all these pictures. Again, I will put a link down in this to just down in the description below so you can go and check this out if you want to read through it. It's crazy. There's
I mean, I
you
don't
guys
care.
just wait.
Hold
Just
on.
wait till you're like, oh my gosh, there's the connection.
I don't care what anybody says. If you think back to the celebration for the community, and you guys know what I mean when I'm talking about that. If you think back to that, and then they had the altars down there, the tables, and then you had that woman in the freaking cloak. Okay, the priestess, the high priestess or whatever. I mean, it was so bizarre.
Connection. Because I really believe this is what it is. It makes sense.
Hey, Cece, so glad you couldn't make it.
It's too many though. It would take forever to go through all of this. This guy tells you about all the experience he had while he was there. He's obviously a journalist and, you know, went to go and experience this. I mean, I let you guys decide for yourself what you think. Huh. That looks familiar. Doesn't that look familiar, you guys?
Looks just like the sticker on the back of Kiely's car, the Ram sticker.
There's the guy who starts and ends the program. He's wearing this kind of get up. Okay. Gotta share my screen. Into Trinity's case and where the connection lies. Okay. Look at this picture. This is an Asatru celebration of life. Notice the lady in the cloak. Odd, right? Remember Kiely's celebration of life? And they had the lady in the cloak, and we were all going, what in the hell? And then they had the tables set up with the antlers and the blanket, the particular blankets that they used, and the cleansing table. It all fits into this. It all fits into this Asatru community. If that does not do it for you, let me show you this. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. It's so hard to even put it all together. I mean, it's so hard to even just, like, I could say it so fast, but I got to show you at the same time. So it's because I just want to blurt it out there. All right. Now look at this picture. This is for the Asatru folk assembly. Look at this. Remember the middle finger and those Lindsay and the kids at the celebration and the middle fingers?
Welcome.
We said it was all, look at this. It's the wheel. It's the pagan Asatru. It's this pagan wheel. That's what they were doing. It all makes sense, right? Now, let me show you this big ass thing that you have to go through to become part of this community. Now, before I do that, and I show you this big ass pamphlet, I'm going to take you over. But you guys, I'm telling you, screenshot this, take a picture of this, screenshot this, put it up next to the picture of them in the middle finger, do it in the circle, the day at the celebration of life. I said there was something way off about that celebration of life. It was a total pagan thing. Let me share this screen with you, okay? I'm going to bring it over to Trinity's case for a second. Now, this is a Facebook comment from Sunshine Fowler, June 28th, 2019. And I'm going to tell you why this is important. Okay. This is what she said. I feel a lot of love for this community. Recently, I met several members in person for the Midsummer Blot and Sumble and feel even more connected. I appreciate the welcoming spirit and enthusiasm for sharing information.
Hey, Sarah.
All right.
Hey, Deb.
Blot and Sumble. Okay. Now remember that. Now this is from Sunshine Fowler. All right. I'm going to take you over to this now. Don't forget that. Blot and Sumble. First, I'm going to share this with you. This is from the Asatru community. Congratulations to our newest clergy, Sunshine Fowler, September 13th, 2020. Hal, please join me in congratulating Sunshine Fowler on their completion of the clergy training program, the Asatru community. This pagan group community, okay? Now she's a clergy member. All right. Now this is the boyfriend's mom, remember? Okay. Now, let's go over here to that blot and Sumble. Let's see. All right, the blot. Let's figure out what that means, shall we? The blot is the most common ritual within Asatru. In its simplest form, a blot is making a sacrifice to the gods. In the old days, this was done by feasting on an animal consecrated to the gods and then slaughtered. As we are no longer farmers and our needs are simpler today, the most common blot is an offering of mead or other alcoholic beverage to the deities. Many modern folk will be suspicious of a ritual such as this. Rituals are deemed sacrifices, such as the blot, have a certain lurid connotation and have been falsely reinterpreted by post-pagan sources in order to denigrate or trivialize them. The most common myth about ritual sacrifice is that one is buying off a deity. Example, one throws a virgin into the volcano so it won't erupt. Nothing could be further from the truth. The other common misunderstanding of sacrifice is that the purpose is to gain some type of energy from the action of killing or the fear or suffering of the animal. This is also untrue. If you do any kind of slaughtering, ritual or mundane, correctly, there is neither. Our ancient spiritual what the hell does that say? For bears were slaughtering animals because they were farmers, and sacrifice was simply a sacred manner of doing so. In the way one might invite a friend to dinner, that bounty would be shared with the gods. So, the blot is the most common ritual within a satru. A satru. I really hope I'm saying that right. In its simplest form, a blot is making a sacrifice to the gods. Now, again, not jumping to conclusions here, not saying anything. It could have been mead and alcohol. But she did say that she experienced that. Okay. Now let's go over and find out what a symbol is within this religion. All right. One of the most common celebrations noted in tales of our ancestors is the symbol or ritual drinking celebration. This was a more mundane and social sort of ritual than the blot, but of no less importance. When Beowulf came to Hrothgar, the first thing they did was to drink at a ritual symbol. This was a way of establishing Beowulf's identity and what his intent was, and doing so in a sacred and traditional manner. The symbol is actually quite simple. The guests are seated, traditionally in some formal fashion, and the host begins the symbol with a short statement of greeting and intent, and by offering the first toast. The horn is then passed around the table, and each person makes their toast in turn. At the symbol, toasts are drunk to the gods, as well as to a person's ancestors or personal heroes. Rather than a toast, a person might also offer a brag or some story, song, or poem that has significance. The importance is that at the end of the toast, story, or whatever, the person offering it drinks from the horn, and in doing so, drinks in what he spoke. So, there's that. Okay, that's way too big. Again, I will link all of this down in the description below.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to take you over here. I mean, I don't put it past, it's all darkness. It's all darkness, in my opinion. But again, that's just my opinion. All right. This says, Nevada County-based white supremacist group, the Asatru Folk Assembly, recently secured a permit. Now, this was December 27th, 2020. Recently secured a permit to establish a whites-only church in Minnesota, though one is already established and active in neighboring Yuba County. The Asatru Folk Assembly was founded in Grass Valley, California in 1994 by Stephen McNallen. Southern Poverty Law Center declared the AFA as a hate group in 2018, calling attention to the cross-section of hyper masculinity and so hard to see. Hold on, let me zoom in a little more. And ethnocentricity. SPLC goes further, saying this movement seeks to defend against the unfounded threats of the extermination of white people and their children. The assembly has since made its way to the small town of Murdoch, Minnesota, where the assembly hoped to quietly pass this permit. In 2015, the self-proclaimed ethnic European faith group acquired the former Grange Hall in Brownsville, California, where they are still active to this day. Further investigation suggests multiple residences in the Northern California mountains, including a business address in Nevada City, California. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you for the AFA utilizes folk builders to recruit new members into the White Power Church, while Stephen McNallen utilizes YouTube videos to further their agenda. In one video made in 2017 with 40,000 views, McNallen says, "We need to change our attitude. We need to say, I will defend my race. I will fight for my race, primarily with words and ideas, but I will fight more literally if I have to." He continues to read the series of tenets written by David Lane, a member of the neo-Nazi terror cell, The Order, well-known post 1984 for its commitment to a campaign of hatred, murder, and the bombing of synagogues. Later wrote these guidelines to secure his ideals that the white race cannot share gods, religion, technology, food, women, territory, or anything of value with another race, stating that the oppressive dictatorship was likely the only way to attain the racial segregated future he imagined. Now, in this other thing I'm going to show you, and there's actually FBI files, because the Asatru Folk Assembly was investigated by the FBI for being a racist movement. Now, it is said since then, which was years and years ago, I think it was 2002, I want to say, they were investigated by the FBI. But they have said that since then they've gotten rid of all of that racism and all of that white supremacy stuff. So they're no longer about that, which I will show you in the bylaws. Okay. The bylaws of the Asatru community. Asatru, probably. I think I keep saying it wrong. But anyway, you guys know what I'm saying. Okay. Hold on. I wanted to find. So I showed you where Sunshine is a clergy member to the Asatru community. Then her post about the community. I'm missing one to show you guys. And then I showed you the wheel, which I believe 100% is the middle finger that they did at the celebration. You guys, it looks just like it. I would bet on it. All right. Now I want to show you this before I go into the bylaws of what this group says, right? All right. Okay. I got this on Twitter from Lost Souls put it out. Okay. Frances Rose Botto passed away peacefully with her family present on October 16th, 2019, after a third battle with cancer. Frances is survived by her son, Gary Botto, and daughter-in-law, Janelle Botto of Truckee, California, grandsons, Michael Botto, Truckee, Jeff Botto, Verdi, Chris Botto, Truckee, and Jeff's wife, Whitney, and their 3 children, Caden, Adeline, and Hunter. Frances was the youngest of 7 children born to Peter and Christina Mucci, both Italian immigrants. They all have preceded her in death. Frances Nani Botto was born in Escalon, California. She graduated from Linden High School and Stockton College. Her father worked for the railroad. Her brothers Alex and John and sisters Anne, Savina, Mary, and Florence were born in different towns in California. Frances grew up on farms, the first in Escalon and the second in Linden, California. She went to school in business and always prided herself on her abilities as an office manager, bookkeeper, and business professional. She was also proud that she worked for the same family for 63 years and retired at the age 85. Frances was the Grand Arch Druidess in the state of California for the Druids. She made lifelong friends in the Druids and was especially proud of their college scholarship program. Frances moved to Reno in her retirement so she could be closer to her family. She then moved to Truckee 4 years ago. She was loved by many and a grandmother to all. So she lived in Reno to be closer to her family. So I'm guessing her family lived in Reno, and then she moved to Truckee 4 years ago. She was the Grand Arch Druidess in the state of California for the Druids. Again, the Asatru group falls under the Druid umbrella, pagan umbrella. Now, I hope I didn't close it out. Hold on a second. Oh, right here. And now let me show you let's go over a little bit of these bylaws. And again, I will put all this down in the description below. So you guys can all go check it out for yourself.
Hi, Charlotte.
All right, so let's look at this. The Asatru Community Inc. bylaws. Last updated January 4th, 2021. Look at all this. The Asatru community will be run as a nonprofit organization and shall be operated exclusively to foster and grow the religion of Asatru worldwide. We provide networking, events, community, and religious services for those seeking to connect with the Asatru worldwide via our ambassador program, charter membership, our clergy training program, as well as our various community.
Hold up. I want to pause that for just 1 second. Okay, so do y'all remember the celebration of the community when Sam showed up in that very skanky, little tiny little white dress, right? Remember Two Sons of Dance? Okay. Well, and they had the they had the high priestess there. They had the woman in the cloak. Now, what if I mean it was very weird. It seemed like just think about her in the white dress, okay? Standing in the middle of the group that was the photo that was taken. Why did it seem like she was being celebrated at that place? Why did it seem like it was almost her next step? Like she was stepping up in that ceremony. And I'm talking about, Miss Sam. You know what I'm saying? So just think about that as far as this community. And as you listen, think about all the characters involved and all of the rituals and things that they are into. Okay? All right.
Community, military, and outreach programs. The Asatru community is funded via gifts and donations from the community and also the exchange of products and
Hey,
services
Ashley.
rendered by the Asatru community. All services, products, and goods shall be used for the sole purpose of funding projects that foster community and growth of heathenry worldwide. The organization is organized exclusively for charitable, religious, and educational purposes under Section 501c3 of the Internal Revenue Code. All right. The organization shall have the power, directly or indirectly, alone, in conjunction with, or in cooperation with others, to do any lawful acts which may be necessary or convenient to affect the organization and its finances or its operating as a nonprofit. The powers of the organization may include, but are not limited to, the acceptance of gifts or funds, donations from the public or private sectors, whether financial or in-kind contributions, as well as to operate as a nonprofit outlined by the state of California. To operate as a church as outlined by the IRS 501c3, and to have all the powers and abilities therein. Insane. Oh, and before we go on, remember that Sunshine Fowler comment that I just read where she said that she was so happy to join the community. She met a bunch of new members at the blot, which is the sacrifice to the gods, and the sumbel. She said she met a bunch of members there, right? And if you remember, Lindsay throughout the whole thing, Every time she would talk about the community. I'm so happy to be a part of the community. I'm so happy to join the community. Oh my God. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So they have a president, vice president, board chairman, Hydrighton, director of religious affairs, director of public relations, director of ambassador program, director of military affairs, treasurer, and founder. Okay. They have social media administrators and moderators. Types of membership. There are 2 types of membership with TAC. Each has its own process and is independent of each other. An online membership. Applicants to the online groups are accepted based on information obtained via their social media profiles. We reserve the right to investigate not only the public social media profile of the applicant, but any acquaintances, friends, and other group activity. Online membership is not automatically guaranteed, and although applicants can request to take their application under review and provide additional information to help determine eligibility, TAC retains the right to deny membership to anyone. Or there is B, charter membership. Applicants are accepted based on the thorough information that is provided via the application. TAC reserves the right to reject any applicant based on lack of information provided. TAC reserves the right to request additional information, put applications into internal review, or decline applicants until such time as we can gather the correct information. Applications can take an indeterminate amount of time to process, as we may need to investigate applicants further. Applicants with pending requests are under review will be sent correspondence. Applicants can appeal the rejection of any application via the appeal process set out on the article appeals. We have the right to deny memberships to anyone whom we do not deem fit for membership in the Asatru community. Okay, that's just the application process. Tells you everything that you have to write down, everything you have to have. All right, let's see. Meetings. Who can attend, who cannot attend. If you're not high up enough, you do not attend. Let's see. Any charter member or non-charter member can apply to perform duties with TAC at any time. All right, so yeah, that's all that. That's what each person does. The board of directors, what they're responsible for, finances. How funds are used. All funds donated to the Asatru community or Asatru community for any purpose are to be used as at the sole discretion of TAC for religious purposes, organizational needs, or in ways that will benefit the heathen community. The funds may not be used for personal gain or any activity that would be considered a corporate venture, an investment, or any activity that is seen as a nonprofit, or I'm sorry, as a profit. All funds will be used in accordance with IRS Section 501. Yeah. Baloney. More baloney. All right. Okay, violations. When it is reported or discovered that a charter member has violated either our bylaws or our code of conduct, the following steps will be taken. A charter member that has violated either the bylaws or code of conduct will be temporarily blocked from accessing all Facebook groups. This should be completed by the PR director or deputy director. The Hydrighton will contact the member that violated our rules and inform them of the actual code or bylaw that was violated, and that they will be temporarily blocked from accessing our sites until the claims are investigated and confirmed. Within 72 hours, the Hydrighton will work with the PR director and admin team to investigate the claims and then present findings to the board for a vote on the consequences of the infraction. Possible outcomes are a limited time ban, 30 to 60 days, removal from specific pages but remain a member, or if the infraction is conduct detrimental to the community and TAC, membership will be revoked. Voting procedure. Hy Drayton or PR director will present the findings of the investigation to the board. If the infraction involves sexual harassment, every caution will be taken to protect the name and details of the harassment confidential. Once the information has been presented to the board, a vote will be cast by each member of the board pertaining to the actions the board will take in the case. A simple majority vote will determine our course of action. So basically, if there's a sexual assault and two people on the board want to vote to do nothing, then you know what I'm saying? The majority wins. I didn't mean two people. I meant, the majority says, hey, we're not going to do anything, then they don't do anything. That's crazy. Once determination has been made by the board vote, the Hy Drayton will reach out to the offender and deliver the decision. After that, all of the parties will be informed of our decision and course of action. There is an appeal process if you want to appeal yourself. Oh my God, this is insane, you guys. There's so much to read. It's crazy, but it makes sense. So let me say all of this again, okay? Druidism is a huge umbrella in which there's a bunch of pagan religions that are under that umbrella. One of them being the Asatru religion, the Asatru folk assembly, the Asatru community. Okay. Sunshine Fowler, Trinity's boyfriend, Francis Fowler, his mother, Sunshine Fowler, is a clergy member in the Asatru community. I showed you that. Okay. I showed you the lady who was the Grand Arch Druidess of the Druids in California, who lived in Reno and then in Truckee. Okay. I showed you the Asatru store or the bookstore where they sold the Asatru books on Donner Pass Road in Truckee. Look at the celebration of life for Kiely. It had all the makings of an Asatru celebration of life. Look it up. The altars, the lady there in the cloak, all of the signs. It's all there. And then the middle fingers in the circle. It's the pagan sign. I showed it to you. It makes total sense. So don't you just think it's odd that Kylie's mother, I believe, was involved in this religion. Sunshine Fowler, who is involved in this religion, she was also at Kylie's celebration of life.
Hey, Army.
There's something off here. And look at all of the consistencies, I will say it again, between the two cases. Both young, pretty girls, 16 years old. 10:30 in the story. Bong hits in the story. Stories were changed 3 or 4 times within the first 24 hours. It's a lot, you guys, and it makes sense. But I really think that that's the connection. They're all in this pagan, worshiping, weird ass, dark shit. But let me know what you guys think. Please hit that thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Okay, now, before we go, there's one more thing that I want to show you guys, and we are going to go over. Again, I will put the link down to this in the description below, and you can go and read all 15 pages of it if you want to. All right. Now I got one more thing to go over with you guys. All right, now I got this clip off of, I don't know where Watts the Obsession found it, but I've heard it before, but I could not find it. So I'm going to play this for you. I think this is very important. And think about the Reno 911 call, scanner call. Okay, now listen to this. Okay, so that is the point in the video where I played the clip of Angela Masalam saying that it was fake news, but I forgot to screen share it so I could hear it, but you guys couldn't. All right, so now I want to go on to part 2 of this video because there's a lot more that goes into this. So let me go over here and we'll go to part 2. 1 second. I am such a dummy. Hey, you guys. I've been sitting here for 35 seconds talking to myself because I forgot to hit the go live button. So I am sorry. How are you guys? Hey, do you know Huffy Gal Sassafras? Hey, everybody. You know, she's trying to tell you, she's getting angry and she's trying to tell you that this is fake news. So what does that tell me? That tells Christy, pay attention because there's 98% that this is true and not fake news. You know what I'm saying? That's how my brain works. All right. So let me jump into this clip and I'm going to play this clip for you. And then we will get back into the other pictures and the other things that I wanted to go over that I was not able to do in the video last night. All right. So let me pull this clip up. Hello, Susan. All right. Now, as I said last night, I got this clip from Watts the Obsession from her channel.
So that good information comes out and all this internet detectivery kind of goes away.
I really appreciate your question. Thank you very much. That has been a huge challenge for us. And yesterday, to be quite frank with everybody in this room, it took detectives and people who are in charge of this operation about 45 minutes to an hour. They diverted their attention for 45 minutes to an hour away from the search for Kiely to figure this out.
Yeah.
That's precious time that was lost.
Yeah.
First, they think they found her tank top. She wasn't wearing a tank top. She was wearing a black bodysuit. There's a big difference.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, a vehicle matching Kiely's vehicle with the same plate found in South Reno in front of a gated community in South Reno with a male who was with her and who was acting erratically. False.
See, now she gave us something that we didn't know before. It said there was a person acting erratically in that call, right?
100%.
He told us it was a male acting erratically.
Fake news.
Mm-hmm.
And there's fake news on social media.
Do you see how she had to yell that? Fake news.
Mm-hmm.
The majority of what you read on social media is fake news, believe it or not.
Mm-hmm.
So what I would urge the community to do is to please repost what the Nevada County Sheriff's Office puts out.
Okay.
Repost what we, the Placer County Sheriff's Office, put out. Any legitimate law enforcement agency that's pushing out information is the absolute most legitimate source of information you can ever find regarding these types of situations and these types of incidents. So please, if you want to help spread the word and help us squash and quell fake news, please reshare our posts.
See, now, I don't know about y'all, but when she says fake news and she gets mad about it and she says fake news, to me, that screams, Christy, pay attention because this is the shit that they want squashed. So, Christy, keep going the way you're going. You know what I'm saying? When she says fake news, to me, that says truth. She got very angry about that. It pissed her off. So she felt that she had to yell fake news twice and then again at the end. So, not for nothing, but I still believe in that 911 call in front of that gated community. I still 100% believe that it had to do with Kiely. So, oh, thank you, Patty and Pink. So that's what I tried to show you guys last night, and it just went silent. I don't know what happened. But that was not going around. Exactly. Anytime someone tries to convince you that it's fake news, pay extra attention. Okay. So, isn't that crazy though? A lot of people have never even seen that portion because that wasn't going around like all the other ones were. Oh, thank you. Thank you, everybody. Okay. All right. So let me share with you. I got a couple of things. So first, I'm going to pull up that picture of Sunshine Fowler that I wanted to show you guys last night, and I did not have it up on my thing. All right. Now, this is Francis's mother, who went through her clergy training program in the Asatru community. Okay, it says it right here in case you guys don't believe me. Congratulations to, and it's from the asatrucommunity.org. This is what I'm saying. See the antlers behind her. See the what do you call it? I always want to call it a altar, but there's always this setup. And if you think back to the girls, Kiely's picture of her when she was a young girl with all those other girls, and they were holding those goddess of knowledge cards over what looked like this type of deal. Tell me that shit is not all connected. Tell me, because it makes sense to me. And I don't know. It makes total sense to me. I mean, don't you guys think, I mean, how weird is that? That now I know a lot of people would be like, listen, there's probably tons and tons of people that, just happen to be in the same cultish type stuff out in that area, right? I get that. But what are the chances that you have Kiely's case? Not long after that, you have Trinity's case. Both are full of nonsense, shit that doesn't make any sense, right? And this same cult / pagan, ritualistic crap, whatever you want to call it. I mean, that's huge. And I just think it's so bizarre, right? That now it's coming out in the Delphi case, and a lot of people are trying to link it to the Idaho 4 case. I mean, it's super freaking strange. And I always said that Jagger knew more than what he said. Helps the channel. It doesn't matter what religion it is. You can use it for good or you can use it for evil. That's just that's the way that it is. All right, so let me pull this up. All right, the Druid Monument in Placerville. Who are the Druids? Druid is thought to mean knowledge of the oak, or less likely, deep knowledge. Druidism is one of the pagan families of religion, which include Wicca, witchcraft, Norse Asatru, shamanism, and adaptations of other various pagan religions such as Welsh, Pictish, Egyptian, Greek, Norse, and Roman. Modern Druidism is a reconstruction of beliefs and practices attributed to the ancient Celtic priesthood. The ancient Druids, first known to exist in approximately 4000 BCE, are believed to have their origins previous to the written history of Europe. The ancient Druids are most widely connected with the British Isles. However, history shows evidence that the British Isles were only the last stronghold of the Druids. Most commonly referenced are the islands of Lona and Mona. Ancient writings claim that the Druids were the priests, doctors, poets, and minstrels of ancient Celtia. These writings also claim that they were also the teachers who retained the sacred knowledge of ancient times. So how did the Druids get to Placerville? It is said that the ancient order of Druids was established in the 1700s in London. In the United States, the first Druid Grove was instituted in New York in 1830. The organization then branched out to other states. Frederick Sieg, the founded the California Grove number 1 arrived around 1859. Groves think of themselves as lodges or chapters. Groves think of themselves as lodges or chapters. They're also known to exist in Scotland, Canada.
No, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, it was 0.01% or 0.03%, if I remember correctly. So, Army, yeah. Yeah, it's definitely practiced at the Lost Trail Lodge. That's what I've been trying to say for months and months and months.
Of France and northern Germany. In 1926, the Druid Monument was dedicated at the intersection of Cedar Ravine and Main Street, where it still stands. On the side of the stone pillars is an emblem, which is a flaming pyre surmounted by a cross spear and long-handled sickle, oaks, mistletoe, a daffodil, and the all-seeing eye in a triangle. It's all what you do with it. I'm not saying all people that have this religion are bad. I'm saying that it depends on what you use it for. Okay. Now, are we all together on that? I am not saying that all people who study this religion are bad. Okay. I'm not saying that at all. So don't say that I said that. You guys know me. Okay. Let me get rid of that. All right. Now let me pull this, get rid of this video. All right. Now, I want to talk about a couple of other things. All right. Now, there's been mention of, do you guys remember me talking about Chris Fowler? Way back when, in the Kiely case. Do you guys remember that? And I was like, what is this guy's deal? Yes, Lassie. Okay. I was talking about him because he was a realtor in the area, And everyone's like, oh, he was close to the family, yada, yada, yada. Because I thought it was odd. I thought it was odd that while she was missing, this Chris Fowler had Kiely's face as his Facebook profile picture. And she was all over his Facebook page. People were like, oh, he's close with the family. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit how close he is. That's not normal. None of her family had her face. Whoa, get down. None of her family had her face as their profile pic. So why does this random guy? But he wasn't just a random guy. Now, he frequently visited the lodge. You could go through their whole entire Facebook page, which I did, and read every message from him to them. Okay? It's weird. And I said that a long time ago, that is odd. Okay? Now, I'm going to show you what I'm talking about because I saved them. Is Chris Fowler, and why is Kiely's face his profile pic? Chris Howdy Fowler. Kiely was his Facebook profile pic. This was sorry, I had to pause that for 1 second. So just the other day, the Nevada Facebook group put out a thing that was said, calling all witches, feel free to come join us at so-and-so for some kind of witch shit. It was very weird, but I'm like, what kind of area puts out shit like calling all witches, come join us, come, it's, dude, it's weird. Was a year ago that he had wrote this, but I just took a screenshot of it so I would have it. But this was April 5th, 2021. Okay, there's something wrong with that. And of course, now none of that's there. All is gone because they had removed everything. I don't know if it's all back up, but I know they had taken down their Facebook. But I saved that because I was like, something is not right with this. And he had a bunch of messages on there about being a frequent visitor to the lodge. So I don't know what, I'm not stating anything here, but there's something off about that. I mean, I can't be the only one that sees that. But I did manage to save that. Exactly. Kiely had no privacy there. Exactly, Natasha. And the lodge was mostly for private events. Esther, I don't know why it's not letting you send a super chat, but if you want to help out, you can. There are other ways you can donate. Down in the description below are links to donate if you want to do that. He was a real estate agent. Okay, now let me pull up something else. Let me pull up his profile his thing that I finally found. All right, so this is Chris Fowler. Okay. Now, I'm going to also tell you that no, it's not out of the realm of reason, but he also was at the was out searching for Kiely a bunch of different days. But I said here, why would a realtor have Kiely's face as his profile pic? could this be the Chris that has been mentioned throughout the case? Because in the beginning, there was a talk about this person named Chris, and nobody could say who it was. And I was like, was he one of these older people that was around her? I mean, did he have a thing for her? Was he out to get her? You know what I'm saying? And not like out to get her to kill her, but like out to get her to get her. You guys know what I mean? Because what a nut, right? I think that's totally odd for him to be using her face as his pick. And I said this way long ago. And why is her face all over his Facebook profile? That's fucking weird. That is sketchy as shit. Okay, you guys got that? Hi, Muse News. Really, Lassie? Yeah, that is weird for sure, Bonnie. I didn't. Okay. Hold on a second. We also don't know that Kiely was ever to give Sammy a ride home. Both we do not know is truth. Correct. Melissa says, I absolutely do not think that Mags lured anyone into anything. She was tricked into lying, I believe. Okay. I just didn't want to make sure I missed anything. No problem, Casey. No, Melissa, I know you said that you've talked to people or you have a friend whose kids went to the party. And, I find it odd that there's still not 1 ounce of physical proof that she was at that party. So that's the only thing. Guys, no need to fight or go after each other. It's, it is what it is. You have to agree to disagree and move on. I mean, there's a lot of things that, I don't agree with, but at least be respectful of each other, This ain't the Jerry Springer show. I'm just saying. Okay. So no, but that's the thing, right? So, I understand why a lot of us feel the way that we do. I mean, to this day, zero proof that she was at a party, and that's the thing. Like, everybody's just looking for something to hold on, some kind of factual information, Okay. Now, I'll show you. Okay, I'll do that after. Let me finish what I'm doing here. Okay, so I don't either. That's some crazy shit right there. And I said it from the beginning. I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. Who is this freak? And why is Kiely all over his stuff? Like, that is weird. All right, I can get rid of that. All right. I'm glad I have some of this stuff saved because it's gone now. All right, let me pull this. I don't know why it's doing that, but okay. See, Chris Fowler right here. He showed up to search for her a few times. Now I'm going to tell you something else that don't make any sense to me. See this name right here? Christopher Ferrari. Google Chris Ferrari, Nevada. Chris Ferrari is the president for Ferrari's public relations. Again, we have another high profile person that is out here. It doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't make any sense. What is the connection between these high up people and Kiely's case? Doesn't make any sense. But Chris Fowler right here. See, he was all over. He was all over, except I think Medic Grant actually sent me this picture. I think she said except for Prosser. Like that was the only place he didn't go, which is odd. But I'm telling you, there's something up with that. There's something up with that. Now, I have not found yet a connection between Chris Fowler and Sunshine Fowler, and I'm not saying that they are related. I'm just saying it's another coincidence. It's very odd to me. So, what do you guys think about that? Yes, Sifa, please. He was around, but not inside. Family, he must be the one selling the lodge. Guess what? He's not. So somebody tell me. Because if he was so close to the family, why isn't he selling the lodge? Lassie, drop the link for what? I'm sorry. My email? This. Drop me an email. And let me know, like, give me a reminder of that. On a second, you guys. All right, now these pictures again, the boyfriend Francis was tagged in these pictures. So here's one. Just more partying going on. Seems like that's all these kids ever did. Okay. Exactly. Did you see that, Melissa? I noticed the same thing. Those sunglasses, didn't they remind you of Sammy's sunglasses? All right. Here's another picture. Let me zoom in. Look at this. This guy is passed out. He's passed out. Look at him. He's clearly passed out in this chair. He's got people standing here. I see a table over here, like a party table. I see the extension cords. It looks like this person in the jeans is trying to wake this person up or snap this person out of it. But this person is definitely passed out in this chair, for sure. I mean, what in the fuck? I'm sorry. What in the hell happens at these parties that these kids go to? You guys can see those pictures when I pull them up, right? Okay. Here's the next one. What the hell? This seems to be some kind of. Here's this kid passed out on the floor right next to a bong. This kid's out of it. I don't know if this is her boyfriend, but Sifa, if I'm correct, isn't he a ginger? But look at this kid. You just had a kid at the last picture was passed out at the party. Now you got this kid who's clearly passed out on the floor next to this bong. Okay. I don't know if you guys want to screenshot this, keep it, whatever. But, hi, baby. I'm almost done. All right. Now keep these pictures in mind. Okay. Now let me pull up the next one.
That's what I'm saying, right? Like back in the day, like back in the day, going to parties, like during, when I was growing up, shit, we were smoking weed and drinking and worried about getting in trouble for that. Nowadays, I mean, shit, it's like these cases of these kids and these parents, like nobody cares. These kids all got drug dens and party houses to freaking go drug it up, party at, and crash at. I mean, it's insane. But it's like, what happened to just smoking a joint and partying it up and drinking some beer or, some liquor or whatever? Nope, not good enough these days. Now you got to have all kinds of shit, and it ain't a party until somebody's passed out on the floor.
Okay, let me pull up this next one. Can I just say, am I the only one? I don't know where this picture was taken or whose house this is, but it looks like a damn flop house. It looks like a drug den. I mean, and I'm not saying anything, but look at their faces. This one's past. These two are over here sleeping. Oh, there's another one over there sleeping. But I mean, come on. Not for nothing. You ever seen them what's that show where they talk about drug addicts? Oh my god, what's the name of that freaking show? I can't think of the damn name of it. Where they all have to do a thing at the end. What's it called? Intervention. Thank you, Mayor. Yes, Intervention. And when they like it's usually heroin or crack pipe or something like that, but their face always looks like this. I don't know what all these kids are on, but look at the house. It looks like a drug den. It looks like a crack house. I'm sorry, but it does. Where are all these parents all the time? This is what I was trying to say yesterday. For God's sakes, where are the parents at?
Where are the parents at?
All right, now the last one is a short little video clip. All right. Oh, wait, I didn't share this with you. See, hold on. I think that's what I did yesterday.
Dude, it must be, Army, because it must be. The parents must be in the other room doing the same shit for nobody to care.
All right.
Hey, wait.
That kid is passed out, drugged out. Like, his eyes are half open, his tongue's hanging out of his mouth. Fucking tell me that there's not something going on. There's not an epidemic happening with these kids. I mean, the other kid over there next to him's got a gun. I don't know what the hell is going on. But this dude is passed out. His eyes are half open. And I don't mean passed out like sleeping. I mean passed out like passed out. His eyes are half open. His tongue's hanging out of his mouth. That's not normal.
Hey, wait, turn good.
And they're laughing. They think it's funny. So what do you guys think of that? See, that's the problem right there. Is people who are into holistic stuff like Sunshine Fowler, for example, people that are in that religion often use DMT, LSD because they think it opens up the mind, because they want to open that third eye and become the best them that they can be. So they use these drugs, but I think that, you know, these kids are doing it, and not because they try to expand their mind, but because it gets them fucked up. Yeah, open the mind to evil. Unfortunately, that's, I mean, okay. Did you guys see that kid's face? His eyes were half open. His tongue was hanging out of his mouth. Yeah, DMT is very short acting, GOP Nick. I've never done it, but I know from what I've heard. Yeah, the parents are at their own party. That's what we are saying. So now let me bring up to you, okay? Let me bring up to you, Trinity's mom put out a statement about the boyfriend. Now, the boyfriend was tagged in all of those pictures that I just showed you. Okay? Now, it does not match her statement. And you know what's fucked up? I'm sorry, I'm cussing a lot. You know what's crazy is those kids, that's how dumb teenagers are. That's why teenagers should not be messing with shit that they don't understand. Pull that up. But when your parents are off doing their own thing, and when you're 15, 16, and your parents treat you like an adult and let you do adult things and give you all this freedom because they're busy doing their own shit, that's what you're looking at here. That is the result of all this shit that is happening. I mean, it's crazy. All right. Now, after seeing those pictures, please, you guys, please hit that thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel. It's a free way to help out the channel. It helps us grow, and it helps us to continue to be able to do what we are trying to do. Also, anybody that wants to join to become a member of the family, just links are down below. Congratulations, Casey. That's awesome. 11 years. That's okay. That's awesome. Let me pull up her statement now. All right. 2 hours ago. All right. She says this. It's funny that I lost my best friend, and this is the first post that I am putting on here. Sitting here empty, not quite. Okay, I want to say this. I don't know how many of you in here right now, if you followed the Trinity Backus case, throw a 1 in the chat. If you were here for that, if you followed it, if you knew, throw a 1 in the chat. Because hers was another case that completely blew your mind. And if you listen to, oh my God, the stuff that came out during her case, her mom was, it was sketchy. I'll just say that.
Okay.
Feel reality yet. Haven't ate or all right. 2 hours ago. All right, she says this. It's funny that I lost my best friend, and this is the first post that I am putting on here. Sitting here empty, not quite feel reality yet. Haven't ate or touched my phone in days. But hearing the imbeciles running my daughter's love of her life out of town, ruining a young boy's life more than it already is. Francis is not a drug dealer and didn't give my daughter the acid. Paisley's sister did. So all you fucking dumb fucks that want to run your mouth.
Okay, now keep in mind, right, that this is the first post or thing that she came out and said after her daughter was found. Okay, and she immediately came out and started protecting the boyfriend. Now, you know what's really crazy is Paisley, this girl Paisley that she is talking about, used to date Francis, Trinity's boyfriend. Okay, she used to date her, and she died by getting hit by a car. She was killed, right? So Trinity is the second girlfriend of Francis that ended up dead. Just saying. Yes, Mama, that's her. Of shit. You have no clue of stop. Francis doesn't deserve this. He showed my daughter true love and made her shine brighter than she already did. For all you assholes that want to talk, my daughter was amazing, didn't drink or smoke, and was so bright with the biggest heart I could never have asked for a better. Now, she said there that her daughter didn't drink or smoke, right? But yet we were told that she ripped a bong and immediately started flipping out, acting all erratic and crazy, ran out of the house, and that was it. She was gone. And they found her way deep down inside of a bush. I mean, insane.
Better daughter. And I wish I was holding her now. Brandon Scott was not her father. Brandon Scott was not her father, was never around, and is a child molester. My child to this day hated his guts. She looked up to me and would never want to hurt a soul ever. She had big dreams and they weren't supposed to end. She was a lifesaver for me, and I have lost her. Not anyone out there talking. My daughter messed up once and I didn't live to learn her lesson. If she got another stance, she would have never touched anything like that again. Please share this everywhere and help a 17-year-old boy who loved my daughter and were the best together, the sweetest boy I have met. He didn't do anything but give love and be true to Trinity. What? Maybe not for nothing. I'm not trying to be a jerk off, but maybe you just weren't paying attention. What do you guys think? Yeah, I mean, that's crazy. I mean, don't you think it's odd that his last girlfriend ended up dead? They said it was an accident. She was on drugs and got hit by a car. Oh, thank you, Lassie. I will definitely check them out. Now she's over there blaming Paisley, the girl who got hit by the car. She's over there blaming her sister.
I'm with you, Jerry. I'm with you on that one.
I also believe it's paganism. I believe it because his parents.
Yeah, she was hit by a car. Supposedly she was on drugs. And the person that hit her was another teenager. And they were not, get this, they were not charged at all. They walked. And there was talk that it was done on purpose.
His mother is in it, and I believe that Kiely's family is in it. I believe it's the drugs. I believe it's paganism. I believe it's lack of parenting. I believe these are all coincidences between these two cases. Oh, Athena, thank you so much for the $4.99 super chat. These are not parents. They run free boarding houses. I don't know. I hope.
Okay. Now let me move on from that one. And I'll go over to this one. I want to take you guys to this one. Oh, there's two more, but they're not long. They're both 15 minutes long. So I want to, because I think these are important. Hey, everybody. How are you guys? I hope you guys are good. Welcome to today's video. All right, so first thing I want to go over is the New York Post article that came out. They interviewed Ashley, who is the mom's best friend, which is where Trinity was staying. They interviewed her, and at the end of the interview, it stated that Ashley said that Trinity took her clothes off right before she passed away. She said she knew that. Okay. So that means that she was found with no clothes on. Now, I know the story. The story is that she did drugs, ran out of the house, and a lot of people are like, okay, it makes sense that she didn't have any clothes on because of the acid. She was on a bad trip, whatever. Your body overheats, you get hot, you want to take your clothes off. So what I'm saying here is we don't know for a fact that she was on drugs. We don't know that. Yeah, so her mom's best friend, Ashley, which is whose house she was at when this happened, it came out and said that I know she took her clothes off before she left. That's what, and she said, I don't know how it came out, but the weed was laced with LSD or something. I'm pretty sure that that's what it was. And so they're saying she ripped the bong. She immediately got up, started flipping out, saying a bunch of shit that didn't make any sense, and apparently took her clothes off and then walked out of the house. I mean, it was cold out. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's the story. Yes. Melissa. We were just told that. So we don't know. Secondly, is okay, it makes sense that she didn't have any clothes on because of the best friend, which is where Trinity was staying. They interviewed her, and at the end of the interview, it stated that Ashley said that Trinity took her clothes off right before she passed away. She said she knew that. Okay. So that means that she was found with no clothes on. Now, I know the story. The story is that she did drugs, ran out of the house, And a lot of people are like, okay, it makes sense that she didn't have any clothes on. Secondly, I find it odd that she was naked in the particular place that she was naked in. So what they want us to believe is she took her clothes off and then climbed all through them brushes and all through them sticks and all through all that shit without any clothes on. She just climbed in there naked. I mean, that's a little hard to believe, I will say. I just think that these kids saying that she was on drugs is giving it gives whoever was involved an out, right? Because they're not going to be held responsible. Okay, no, you guys are confused. She wasn't saying shut up, Army. Army was talking about how she was posed like the hanged card, and she was like, shut up. You know what I mean? She wasn't trying to be rude or anything. I think you guys got that mixed up. Now let's get back to Paisley's death, who is the ex-girlfriend of Francis, who was Trinity's current boyfriend. Now, they were doing ecstasy, that's the story, and she got hit by a car and died. An 18-year-old girl did a hit and run, hit her with the car, and got off with wearing an ankle bracelet and community service. She hit a girl and drove off, which is a felony, and was not charged. Did not go to jail for it anyway. That's what I meant to say. Did not go to jail for it. So that's a little crazy. But because the girl was on drugs and out in the road, the girl did not get, vehicular manslaughter. So I just think drugs gives people an out. Saying that this girl was on drugs and ran out of the house it took responsibility off of who could have possibly been involved with this. So I think that's it seems to happen a lot, right? Okay, especially in this area, right? It seems to happen a lot. All right. Now, let me just say about the mom coming out and defending the first post she made since finding her daughter was a post to come out and defend the boyfriend. Where have we seen that before? And I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you don't agree with what I'm about to say. But I find it very odd that both Lindsay and Trinity's mothers, the first time they spoke out was to defend someone else. Now just think about that for a minute. Because don't you think that's a little freaking strange? Okay. Next thing.
All right, Mama guys, have a good night. Thank you.
Oh, jeez. There's so many. Sunshine Fowler, okay, who we talked about in the last live, has started a GoFundMe. Well, I'm sorry, her sister started it for her. But it is a GoFundMe because it says that she has to stop working in order to be with her sons during this very difficult time for them. So she has a GoFundMe to raise money because she can't work, she says, because she has to be with her sons. I mean, what in the actual fuck is going on with these people? Seriously. Everybody seems to be profiting off of these deaths. Now, I'm not saying the two are connected, but there's a lot of damn things connecting the two cases, let me tell you. So, I'm not saying, but I'm saying. All right. Did anybody see Jagger's new Instagram post? I found it interesting. He had an older model, Honda CRV, backed up to the water and said that this is his new daily driver. And there's something there's something about that, you guys, that just, I don't know, rubs me the wrong way. So now he's got something going on with Honda, I'm guessing, because it was hashtagged Honda everything. But that's just it's a little weird, and it's a little weird how he took the picture of it backed up to the water. It's freaking, it's just another thing. So that needs to be, we need to keep that in mind. There's a lot of things, you guys, in this case. Let me pause this for 1 second, because I know people spun one. I know you're anxious to talk about this. So, and a lot of people still to this day are confused about this, and I'm not quite sure what's going on with that. So, okay, the car they pulled out of the lake was a 2013 silver Honda CR-V. Okay. Now that one was Kiely's, that came from Grandpa, supposedly. Okay, her dad's dad, I guess. Now, Jay brought out this one, and he said that this is Kiely's old CR-V. So she was just 16 and already on her second car. And why did Lindsay choose to sell this one to Jay? Now, this is, he told you, and he said it himself, this white Honda CR-V that he is driving is Kiely's old car. Okay. Now, if you notice, Sam in the beginning said that Kiely's car had a sunroof. The 2013 silver Honda CR-V that they pulled out of the lake did not have a sunroof. But this Honda CR-V that Jay has now and bought from Lindsay has a sunroof. Okay? Do we got it? So she just happened to have two Honda CR-Vs. Why? It seems that these young, pretty, skinny, white girls, teenagers, 16-year-olds, there's something going on with that. They seem to be on a list, if you guys know what I'm saying. And funny that both of these cases just happen to fall in. Okay, now I will speak on that. So I don't care what anybody says. That Honda CR-V that when they dove down there, that license plate was clean as a freaking whistle. And we're supposed to believe that it was in there for 2 weeks. There was sediment all over everything else, but the license plate was completely wiped clean. Now, some people would say, oh, that's because they had to wipe it off to identify and make sure that it was the correct license plate number. Bullshit. Because if that was the case, he would have taken his hand, right, and just wiped it off, where you could see. But there was nothing. There was none of that. It was so clean. There wasn't one speck of nothing on that license plate. So I don't buy for 1 second that license plate was in there for 2 weeks. I don't buy for 1 second that the car was in there for 2 weeks, but that's what I'm saying. So when he came out and he said, and it was verified through text messages, that he was driving Kiely's old car. So my thing is, why wasn't Kiely driving this car, right? Like, she was 16. She only been a licensed driver for a year, not even a full year. but already on her second car. And this one just happens to be an older version with a sunroof. To these dark religions, to these dark communities. I mean, I'm not saying, now let me make this very clear. I am not saying that Druidism or a Satru religion, and I will just say that yes, he's telling the truth. There are pictures with Sam and Trinity together. Exactly. Why would Jay go from driving a high dollar sports car down to driving a Honda CRV? Sorry, I just don't want to I want to make sure I didn't miss anything. And the items in the car looked very staged too. Absolutely, they did. Yeah, there's pictures of Sam and Trinity together. I actually pulled the one up way back when, during Trinity's case. See, that's why I think going back and going over things is a good idea, because a lot of people might miss something here or there, or they might forget about something that was mentioned. And then later on, when you go over it, you can say, holy shit, all right, this dot does connect to this dot. JF. Who's JF? Oh, I was going to say. Oh, okay. I was going to say. Okay. JW. Gotcha. Okay. That was funny. No, yeah, check this out. Are the reason that these girls are dead. I'm not saying that that is the cause of these girls and their untimely death. Now, let me make this very clear. I am not saying that Druidism or a Satru religion are the reason that these girls are dead. I'm not saying that that is the cause of these girls and their untimely deaths. What I'm saying is there are people on both sides, on both of these cases, who are involved in that dark shit. That's something. And that's all I'm saying. I'm saying there is a connection there. I'm saying that it may not be the reason, but it's a part of the bigger story, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so don't get that twisted, please. All right. So that's just some of the things that I wanted to mention to you guys. I am looking into some more stuff. I have a lot of more articles and videos and shit that I have to go through. But I am trying to get my stuff together. So you definitely won't hear from me tonight. As far as hopefully. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, responsibility is not being handled in either one of these cases. It doesn't make any sense. Okay, now I'm about to throw something at you guys, and you guys tell me what you think. Okay, so I was going through this video, and I got to this one picture, And I'm going to pull it up for you guys so you guys can check it out for yourselves and let me know what you think. But on the left side of the table, you have the grandmother, Tony Neiman, and his son, right? On this other side of the table, you have this little girl, and then Kiely, and then this woman, and then this man. Now I zoomed in to Kiely and this woman who are sitting right directly next to each other. They are almost identical in their facial features. I put some arrows up here. Their eyes are exactly the same. Their cheekbones are exactly the same. And their mouths are exactly the same when they smile. Is this why we couldn't find a birth certificate for Kiely? Is this why we can't find one? Because what is really going on here? Is Lindsay even really Kylie's mom? These two look so much alike. And knowing that this family is in this cult and all of these things, you guys, we don't know. You know what? Okay, now just stay with me for a second because, listen, I was going over everything, every theory that I could think of. But for a minute, put this on full screen, this picture here. And you see where I have it circled and all the arrows. Pull that shit up, okay? Zoom in. Zoom in to this woman and Kiely right here, okay? I mean, their facial features match up completely. Isn't that fucking weird? Goes on in cults and in these religions and shit. It's kind of crazy. Like, everybody sleeps with everybody. And not for nothing, but they've had this for how long in the family? The lodge? How long has it been open and in this type of environment? Now, you guys, I think this actual video, because it was on the Lost Trail Lodge's channel, has been taken down, has been removed. But All American Cartel still has the video. And that's where I saw it a long time ago. I actually saw it from the Lost Trail Lodge's video, but I'm pretty sure that that's been taken down. Because it showed a lot of stuff. It showed a lot of their numerology, their occult, their living arrangements. It's freaky as shit. And but you guys tell me what you think, because I was like, what the fuck? I was like, I cannot believe that I didn't look at this picture closer before. I don't know, but that might be a reason why we can't find any information on Kiely Rodni at all. Google it, try to get a background check. You can't, there are 0 found. So you guys tell me, what are we really looking at here? Is this a cult? Is it trafficking? Is it kidnapping? Is it what is going on here for real? Because I'm so sick of these games. I am so sick of trying to freaking figure this out. It pisses me off to no end. Like, I cannot even believe we're still going through
Candace,
this.
I have no idea who that woman is.
So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Please hit that thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel. We're trying to grow. We're trying to just get the word out and trying to help as many people as we can. So if you guys... Hey, everybody. How are you guys? I hope you guys are good. P.O. Box, August 20. Get this information out there. And I'm kind of in a pinch for time, so I'm going to do it this way. Okay. So I'm going to connect
some dots for you. Kimberly Westfall.
All right, Spun. Have
All
a good
right.
night.
P.O. Box 309, Truckee, California. Last located at that P.O. Box, August 21st.
Okay, so hold up. Let me start this over. For those of you who don't know, this is the video that I connected the Westfalls, the Smiths, the Bjorklands, the Fowlers,
But
there's something else. But yeah, so just listen to this. This is how it all goes in together. All these names connect to each other.
but I just want to get this information out there. And I'm kind of in a pinch for time, so I'm going to do it this way. Okay. So I'm going to connect some dots for you. Kimberly Westfall.
17.
All right. P.O. Box 309, Truckee, California.
I'm pretty
Last
sure Trinity was
located
17.
at that P.O. Box.
Good night,
August
Dr. Mama.
21st.
Thank you.
Remember, that's the day that they pulled Kiely's car out of the lake. All right. She shares that P.O. Box with someone named Kevin James Smith. All right. Hold on. Let me pull this up. It is so windy here. It's crazy. All right. Okay. Well, that is one, but that's not the right one. But anyway, this works. Okay. So she shares this P.O. box with somebody named Kevin James Smith. All right. Now I'm going to say this and then I'll show you all of the pictures. All right. When you go down, Kevin James Smith and the businesses that are associated with that.
Okay, now before I get into this, so there's a lot, so there was a lot about water rights and all of that because of Grandpa, okay? Now, this is crazy. So P.O. Box 309. Okay, Mama T, have a good night. So this one was P.O. Box 309 in Truckee, California. Kimberly A. Westfall shared it with Kevin James Smith, okay? Now, just remember those two names that happen to share this box. And, oh, thanks, Ruby. And then listen to who else shares this same P.O. box in Truckee, okay?
P.O. box, okay? And I'll show you all of the pictures, all right? When you go down, Kevin James Smith and the businesses that are associated with that P.O. box, okay? Now, and it's P.O. Box 309 in Truckee, okay? Kimberly's last known date there for that P.O. Box was August 21st, 2022. Kevin James Smith's last known time at that P.O. Box was November 2nd of 2022. Interesting. Okay. Now, Kevin James Smith.
Isn't it very interesting that the last time that Kimberly A. Westfall was associated with that P.O. box was August 21st, 2022, the same day that they pulled Kiely's car out of the lake. Just think about that. That was the day she bounced from that P.O. box. Okay.
He has on his record that he was a project manager for Constructive Consulting, February 22 to February 22. So that didn't last long. Glenwood Mountain Homes, senior project manager, 2020 to 2022. Okay, now this is the interesting part. Businesses and you'll see it in the pictures, but Kimberly Westfall, I'm pretty sure, is Jagger's mother. Her address is at the same house as Jagger's father.
Yeah,
okay,
that's his mom.
But businesses that are associated with that P.O. Box 309. Now I'm going to show all this to you, okay? Glenshire Mutual Water Company, Joseph Horvath, Roger Howard Inc., TDPUD, Truckee Donner Public Utility District, Truckee Donner Public Utility District Financing Corporation, and Truckee Donner Water Department all share the same P.O. box as Kimberly Westfall and Kevin James Smith. Now explain that shit to me.
How insane
Next thing.
is that?
There was another woman that also shared this P.O. box. Her name was Melissa Berry. Okay. Now, Kevin and Kimberly also shared a P.O. box in Kula, Hawaii.
Okay, did you hear that? Kimberly Westfall and Kevin James Smith also shared the same exact P.O. box in Hawaii.
P.O. Box 757 from December of 2015 to July of 2017. All right. Now, I'm going to show you how all of these cases connect to, or all of this shit, all of these people connect together. Now, how many coincidences are too many? We're about to find out. All right. So, when you go on to Melissa's Facebook friends, there is an Isaac Bjorklund. His friend on there is Ashley Bjorklund.
Now, Ashley Bjorklund is the friend that Trinity, whose house Trinity was staying at that night.
Okay?
So there's the connection between them and Bjorklunds. Okay?
Isaac Bjorklund graduated Tahoe Truckee High School in 2020. Currently attends Sierra College. Okay? People who reacted to his Facebook profile picture, Tammy Bjorklund Seals, friends of Isaac Bjorklund. All right? On Tammy's Facebook, her friends are Fox Bjorklund. On his Facebook, it's connected to a Krista Marie Westfall. Krista's Facebook friends, there's a Scott Westfall who was making a bunch of odd posts about being kidnapped by the FBI and having a father who abandoned him. One of the 6 people who responded to this was a Daniel Fowler. I mean, holy moly. Also on Krista Westfall's Facebook friends is a Sing. Now you tell me, Westfall's, Sings, Smiths, Bjorklunds, and Fowlers. All connections made right there. You tell me why Kimberly Westfall is sharing the same P.O. box with all of these water companies. Is Westfall's the key to find out what happened to Kiely? Like, what in the actual F? How many coincidences are too many? Now, let me go through these pictures because I got to keep this fast.
I'm going to pause that for 1 second. Guys, please hit that like button for me. And if you haven't already, please consider subbing to the channel and becoming a member. If you want to become a member and you can join up with the family, we would love to have you. If you want to do more and you want to do anything else to help the channel, please do so. The links are all down in the description below. Thank you guys all for being here tonight. Thank you all for wanting to keep Kiely's name out there and to keep people thinking about her.
All right, Herbert Lee Westfall, Kimberly Westfall. See, share the same address. All right, I got to go through these really quick because company just showed up. So I'm sorry, that's why I'm being so fast.
I know, it's just super weird, Melissa.
All right. This is for Kimberly Westfall. Here's her P.O. box in Hawaii. Here's the possible location record. Last seen P.O. Box 309, Truckee, California, August 21st, 2022. Is it a coincidence? It's the same day they found Kiely's car. Okay. It's so loud right here. It's so loud right now, you guys. I'm sorry. Let me get through these.
Oh, no problem, Harsh.
All right, there's Kevin James Smith. Same P.O. box, okay? I keep hitting the wrong damn button. Okay, sorry. Okay, I wanted to do this live, but I knew we had company coming, and I knew I had to be quick,
Hey,
so
Nelson.
I just wanted to get this out there. All right, here are the business associated with that P.O. box.
Not for nothing. Listen, not for nothing. But if SF can be a private investigator, please. I got this.
Glenshire Mutual Water Company, Joseph Horvath,
Hey, Blaze.
Roger Howard Inc., TDPUD, Truckee Downer Public Utility District, Truckee Downer Public Utility District, Truckee Downer Public Utility District Financing Corporation, and Truckee Downer Water Department. Okay. Please hit that thumbs up, you guys. Please subscribe to the channel. Here's the Kimberly Westfall and Kevin James Smith have shared that P.O. box in Hawaii.
Oh my God, shut up. Let me see. No way. Hold on a second.
I know, I'm coming though. Shit. Sorry, you guys, that's the wrong one. All right. Let's pull this one up. Why does it keep coming up with the same? I'm sorry. I don't know what the hell. Okay. Now, here is Isaac Bjorklund. Okay. Got it? See right there, went to Tahoe Truckee High. Right now, he started in 2021. He attends Sierra Nevada College. Now, this is a message that he had put out on his Facebook, which is kind of odd. So I just wanted to put it up for you guys. September 12th. And I loved her, all of her, for how I watched her crawl beneath my skin and into my soul. And I loved her, all of her. For how she would glide over my dark fields and leave trails of roses left to grow. And I loved her, all of her, for how she devoured me whole and made sense of all my bones. But most of all, I loved her, all of her, for healing my pieces and guiding them all back home. So thought that was pretty
I don't know if you
interesting.
guys
Wanted to
just
share
heard me
that
say all
with you
that. I think it
guys.
was muted, but let me
All right. Now
so Ashley Bjorklund is Trinity's mom's best friend. Okay. Her son, Isaac, Ashley's son, Isaac. Okay. Trinity was at their house the night they went missing. Now, or the night she went missing. Now, just think about that.
let me pull up this. I'm sorry I have to be so quick with this, you guys. Now, this is Isaac. Okay. Not for nothing. And I'm not saying this is fact. I'm not saying this is a fact at all. But he looks like the guy. Could this be the mystery guy at Kiely's celebration of life that was dressed all in black? You guys let me know what you think. Not saying he is. I feel like I got to make that extra clear with what happened to CCTV today. Okay. Okay, now let me just repeat this end piece for you. Okay. That profile picture that I just showed you of Isaac's. Somebody who responded to that, okay, was I'm sorry. Okay, so wait. The people that reacted to his profile pic was Tammy Bjorklund Seals, who her Facebook friends was Fox Bjorklund. Fox's Facebook friend was Krista Marie Westfall. Krista's Facebook, 6 people who responded to this was a Daniel Fowler. I mean, whoa. And also one of Krista Westfall's friends was I don't want to say their first name, but a Singh. So we've got Westfalls, Singhs, Smiths, Bjorklunds, and Fowlers that have all connected on social media, all connected together. Kimberly Westfall has been sharing a P.O. box with Kevin James Smith, first in Hawaii and then in Truckee. Okay. Last seen out of there on August 21st. Okay. All of the businesses that are associated with that P.O. box are a bunch of water companies. So you guys tell me what is really going on here. You guys tell me how many coincidences are too many. I love you guys. Please.
Okay, so yeah, I'm glad we went back over that stuff. Hey. So, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of connections, guys, and I think people forget, so it never hurts to go back and go over things that have already been done and already been said. And, maybe you missed it back then. Maybe it's a dot that you didn't get to connect until just recently. So it doesn't hurt to do that. And you know what? Why am I going to go and pull out all the research and do it all again in a live when I've already done it? So I figured I'd sit here with you guys. We'd go over it and then we could talk throughout it. So I definitely want to hear you guys' thoughts on all of this down in the comment section below. I'm going to end this one tonight. The kids want me to make popcorn and Chad wants brownies. So we're going to get into that. But yeah, I just want you guys to know that I never gave up on Kiely. I'm never going to give up on her case. How could I? I mean, how could I? I could never just turn my back, I just am trying to find new actual information that leads us to some answers. That's all that it is, because I do digging all of the time, but a lot of times it doesn't add up to anything. So, it is what it is. But I just want you guys to know that I never gave up. I'm still here. I'm still in the fight, and it is what it is. So please hit that thumbs up. Please consider subbing to the channel. Please consider becoming a member of the family. We would love to have you. Go ahead and click that join button. And anybody who wants to do anything extra to help the family and to help out our channel and, to keep us doing what we do, you can do so down in the description below. The links are all down there. We appreciate each and every one of you. Please share this video. Please leave a bunch of comments down in the comment section. It helps YouTube to push the video. I love you guys. I'm going to end this one here. Stay strong, stay healthy, stay safe. Keep asking those hard questions. Keep spreading that light. And I will see you guys next time. Have an awesome night, everybody. Thank you all for being here.